Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Hello?
I can hear you. Can you hear me too?
Okay, so I'm saying that is the warmth. Actually, Christmas in Ghana coincides with the Hamatan season. So it it literally brings up this unique dusty haze in the air. And to add to that, it's not just unlike other places, nuclear family affair. It is loud, vibrant, and I can say it is a sheer unapologetic community focus where everybody comes together. Even those that are alone join other families to make sure this festive season becomes a success. And it's usually accompanied with Christian worship, percussive, high life, and as well as some gospel music, which creates a festive spirit you can feel in your bones.
Mm. And how's that different from what you've observed in other parts of the world?
Yeah, from the other parts of the world, you could realize that they do it more or less like a nuclear family affair, but in Ghana it's different. From the weather to what actually we experience here, it's more of a larger family, the extended family type, where everybody is concerned. It's a community focus. Nobody is left out. Even if you don't have, you are still inclusive.
Mm. So when do you personally start feeling that Christmas is near? Is it the music, the weather, or something else? Personally.
Well, even from nature, the weather actually changes. That's what I spoke about earlier.
Mm.
Our Christmas coincides with the Hamatan season. So you start feeling it from the season, the dusty haze in the air, down to the tunes from the church. You know, churches also start preparing. You also you see people preparing new clothes, preparing foodstuffs, and all those things, filling the air, accompanied with the Christmas high life music everywhere, and that feeling is just there.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. But how does celebrating Christmas in Ghana reflect how we are as a people and I mean as a culture?
Well, Ghana is known globally to be a peaceful place, and um, when Christmas is in the picture, you could say that Ghana stands for unity, and it reflects in Christmas. Those days, we do not have much of this lightning and other stuffs to decorate, but whatsoever happens, families come together, make sure the environment is clean, make sure places are dressed, decorated, not with the lights we have today, but with ornaments, even palm fronds. They do it beautifully designed with flowers. And all these things are done in a kind of togetherness or family focus or a community focus, let me say it that way, with everybody being involved. Even those that have traveled, they make time to use this occasion to go back to their families and do it together. So this particular type of feeling makes Christmas in Ghana different from other parts of the world.
Wow. Mm. And that's I mean I can relate to what you're talking about. But tell me, growing up, what was most I mean your most memorable Christmas experience as a child?
Well, growing up, I would say, we didn't have much of the light then. It was absolute darkness. And my siblings and I would always sit outside against this Hamatan chill, listening to distant sound of church rehearsals, watching the sky. And, the active part is being part of the decorating team myself. We make sure that every gate has this kind of decor. And if you're entering into every house, it's like you're entering into a certain paradise. that mentality, that share responsibility, that is the experience and grow with is always in my mind. So even though as I'm here, it's not about Santa that the other parts of the world is about, but how things are prepared, the food being prepared, the aromas filling everywhere, the Christmas, the Hamatan, everything, all these things form part of my responsibility and my experience.
I see. But what Christmas tradition from your childhood do you wish that? I mean, of course, all the things that you talked about. I want to know. Do you still do them? Have you stopped? What has changed? And which ones do you wish could come back to 2025?
Well, one thing that I miss so much about Christmas in the past is the usual bonfires, sitting by the fire as a community or as a whole family, um, sharing plays, community plays. In fact, sometimes from the Bible, listening to some carols and watching the high life music, percussive music, and all those things, dancing. Nowadays, it's not much of that. Here we have artists organizing shows here and there, but those days it's more or less like gathering together, sharing whatsoever you have with those who don't have, and it is all nice. And I wish that if something from the past should be maintained, it should be these gatherings where everybody gathered to experience Christmas with one another and also enjoy this music, this dance, this drama, all these things. I really miss them.
You wish these things will come back again.
Sure.
But of course, times have changed. These days, people are attending concerts and everything, and they are no
Yeah.
longer enjoying some of these things. But you talked about food earlier. What were the most excited? What were you most excited about at Christmas as children? What were some of the things that we were most excited about? Do you think it was the food, the clothes, and or the visitors, or even the fun that we used to have at the time?
Yeah. You see, those days I grew up in a village, not to say now it's a town, but those days was village. And when Christmas is coming, it is a way of disciplining your child also, because if you do not live any good life, it's surely your parents will not prepare so much for you for the Christmas. And when it comes to the food aspect, though you eat every day, but there are some kind of dishes that are reserved purposely for the Christmas. And my favorite would be jollof rice with good meat stew and a Fanta. I love that. I really wish I can still have that even now.
I see. I'm sure many of our listeners this morning can relate to whatever you're talking about, because I mean, I can also relate. Even though I didn't grow up in a village, I can still relate to some of the things. Those Piccadilly biscuits at the time, those round ones that we used to chew. They come in boxes and all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these things. I wish that we could get them back into the system. But we're going to talk more about some of these things. Let me just announce the phone lines in case any of our listeners wants to join the conversation. They may want to, they may have the opportunity to do that. So if you just tuned in, this is Business Breakfast on Z101.9 FM with me, Nature B. Hammond. And this morning we're talking about Christmas traditions in Ghana, how we celebrate, connect, and create memories here when it comes to Christmas. And my guest is Raphael Mensah. He's a cultural expert, and he's helping us. He's sharing his thoughts on exactly what it used to be like and what it should be. Sorry, Raphael Mensah. Sorry, and he's helping us make sense of what exactly we're talking about this morning. You can join the conversation on our social media platforms. We're on Facebook at ZFMGH and also on YouTube at Z Multimedia. Please do well to drop a comment there and I'll read them for you. If you can relate, let us know. You can send us a WhatsApp on 0544321019, 0544321019. You can also call us on 03039566641, 03039566641, and then I give you the opportunity to share your thoughts with us. All right, Raphael, let's continue the conversation, and I want us to move to family the whole family home and togetherness thing you talked about a few minutes ago. How important are family gatherings to Christmas celebrations in Ghana today?
Well, I would say in Ghana typically it's an African country, and then we don't really do this nuclear family thing. Just that nowadays few people are doing this, but extensively it is the extended family that we know and we do. And so we talk about the concept of family, the extended family. We're talking about neighbors exchanging bowls of food. Somebody's fufu with soup, exchanging it for somebody's rice. And even those who don't have, families that have, they invite them and they share all these moments together. It's time, or let me say, it's a time of open doors and shared bounty. Uh-huh. Usually, it's not about a person or just some two people somewhere. No, it's about the whole community. I could remember that we, the children, mostly, we will dress in our very best, moving from compound to compound, wishing them the best of the season and eating from everyone's bowl. And this particular one is making it more or less a bigger family than the way people take it to be, maybe around the world. But in Ghana, it's not just about one person or your mom and your dad. No, it's about everybody. Your grandma is there, your uncles are there, everyone is there. Even your neighbors, they are all part of it.
But do we still see that today? Because I don't quite see it.
Well, in our modern Ghana, talking about the city, we may not see most of this well because of some awareness, security reasons, and other things. But some places still do it. Some towns, developing communities, some villages, they still do it. The spirit is not gone. It's still there. And even those in the city, most of them, they still have this Christmas spirit in that. And they do. Just that for security reasons, it may not go to some extent as it used to be, but still, all these things happen.
I see. So where you are now, are you beginning to see that? Or it's usually on a Christmas day?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Hello,
Please
Raphael?
come again.
Yes, I'm asking that. So from where you are now, are you able to see it? Or it's usually on a Christmas day that we see those things?
Well, as I said earlier, the preparations.
Hello?
Everywhere you pass, you realize that something is about to happen. And you usually see these things on the Christmas Eve, where these things actually happen, the mass. And I believe we can still do all this once again. It's not too late for us to go back and do all these things.
Now, my question is whether you're beginning to see some of the things you're talking about already, or it is usually on the day of the Christmas that we see them.
I believe at Christmas Eve, how it used to be, I will still see most of this is going on. Hello?
Yes,
Please
I'm
come
with
again.
you. Yes, I'm with you. Go ahead.
So as I was saying, these things happen during Christmas. As I said earlier, it's a moment of sheer bounty. Everybody has reserved this particular time to be able to share whatsoever they have been able to gather throughout the year with their friends, their family, their neighbors. And I really love to see that.
All right. Anyway, so for families that don't live together anymore, how do you still try to reconnect during Christmas?
Yeah, that Christmas in Ghana, Christmas is like a compulsory aspect of our life. No matter the kind of religion you belong to, you surely have a feel of the Christmas. And those that are away from home, let me talk about the diaspora, those living outside Ghana, and for them to have their equal share of the Christmas, calls are mandatory. You have to call, or they will call you either through video calls, whatever means it is. You will still be connected to them. And growing up with your family, experiencing this Christmas before having the opportunity to travel, you yourself, when it's Christmas, that kind of feeling, you really miss your family so much. So those living at the diaspora, even though they are not close to their family or they could not travel to come and meet their families, most of them reach out to their families through video calls or WhatsApp calls or whatever they means they could. And even those in the diaspora, they come together and they try to prepare the usual dishes, the Christmas dishes that we always prepare here in Ghana. They come together as a community, even though they may not know, they may not come from the same family. They try to come together and put up a celebration, just like we are doing it in Ghana over here.
Mm.
So those that are far away from the house or from their homes, they can usually still connect with their, or they usually do connect with their families during Christmas through calls, video calls, and they also try to put up the celebration wherever they are.
Okay. Right. I still with me, Raphael.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Let's talk about church activities too. I know that church activities are a very big part of the season. How do they shape the Christmas mood for many families?
Well, Christmas in general is a Christian festival. So we cannot talk about Christmas without talking about the Christian community. Growing up and talking about this, these missionary churches with their bells. During Christmas, the bells become constant, and this celebration. And usually, before Christmas, preparations are being carried out by these churches, music, soundtracks, and the heartbeat. So in the past, it was classic high life Christmas tunes from legends like Nana Ampudu and um, AB Crensil and all these things. But when it comes to the church plays an active role by organizing the communities to attend various services. Compared to now, the services last a bit longer because it is made up of drama, percussive music, carols, and sermons are accompanied, but it is more enjoyable and more celebrated than it is right now.
Mm.
Nowadays, carols are shorter, but those days they are lengthier than we are seeing right now. And the churches, the churches plays active role because even the preparations alone, you can be in your house and you hear churches singing these songs, having their rehearsals. It all boosts your spirits into these Christmas activities.
Mm. So which of the church
Yeah.
activities actually best capture the joy of Christmas for you? Is it a carols night? Is it the watching at the Christmas Day service or what?
Well, I'm a dramatic person myself. I love drama, and I believe the 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 drama that is acted during these Christmas activities is one thing I love about these uh, churches. Their role that they play in Christmas over these years, and especially about Jesus Christ. Then the way it is acted is not usually about the Jesus in the Bible. They just do it and make it a local, using the local costume and all these things. It gives some kind of feeling that I really appreciate all the churches for putting such shows up, and it's very nice.
Mm. But how can churches balance the celebration and fun with the message of Christmas? And I ask that because of what you just said in terms of using the local costume and all of these things to be able to still tell the story. How can there be a balance between some of these things?
Yeah. So to the Christians, their core objective for the Christmas is the birth of Jesus Christ and the salvation to the world. And I believe the Ghanaian society really see Christmas to be a time where everyone should feel safe, not having to worry about hunger because there's enough to share. And also the Christians, I believe that now they can do more by involving the the communities into their celebration, making it more open. As I said earlier, those days it used to be around bonfires in the evenings where you go and you meet, not necessarily in the chapel, they can do it on open parks where everybody, even the chief of the communities, are present there during these celebrations. And music and drums are accompanied with it. Not to be too religious about it. Yes, it is a religious festival, but when it comes to the context of the Ghanaian mind, we are cultured people and we love to feel the rhythms of our cultural things and all these things. And I wish that churches can incorporate it. Some churches are really doing that, and I'm grateful for that. But I wish more churches could incorporate this into their activities, the whole community. It's all about togetherness and unity. If they can incorporate all these things into their church service and do it on open parks where everybody can still come around together and have these experiences, I'll be so glad.
Right. Okay. Let's turn our attention to the food. Which local Christmas dish can you not do without?
As I said earlier, I cannot do without this jollof with goat meat stew and Fanta. What is fascinating about this to me is the color blend, the jollof and the Fanta. That color related, especially. I really love that. It's just so colorful and amazing for me.
Mm, I see. So is Christmas really Christmas in Ghana without all of those foods?
Well, uh, Christmas cannot be Christmas without all these things. I really believe so because Christmas festivities they give you some kind of relief. You have been to work throughout the year, and when it's Christmas, this is the time that you are able to free your mind of any other worries you're having. And these food preparations, decorations, these gatherings, music, dance, and all these things, they really make you to lift off all those burdens on your shoulders and enjoy the festivities. So I believe if all those things are out, Christmas will not be Christmas again in Ghana. Yeah, it's true that improvements are coming, but it shouldn't be competition. I believe the way we used to do it in the past, more of those things should be retained so that the spirit of Christmas can continue to grow in us and we can also pass it on from this generation to other generations to come.
Mm, all right. Talking about passing it on. Okay, I'm going to return to that particular um, conversation very soon. But when we're growing up, I was talking to one of my colleagues here a few minutes ago before this conversation. We're talking about how they used to buy us clothes and all of that. Do you think that pressure still exists, or has it changed over the years? When they will go to the market and get you some fresh outfits and shoes and everything.
Yeah, so as I said, I'm consistently comparing the past to now. In the past, it's more of this gift that when it's Christmas, your aunties, your uncles will buy dress, your parents, you know, the spirit of those gifts, unboxing, and all those things, they keep Christmas alive. Nowadays, we may not see more of these things in the um, urban centers, but I think it should be more in our Christmas nowadays because they play active roles about it. And as I said earlier, in terms of disciplining children or bringing children up morally, they have something. Promises are good. You know that
Mm.
when Christmas comes, when I put up my good behavior or when I'm being a good child, being obedient, surely there are going to be this kind of gifts.
Yeah.
It will be marked more on me and all that. So I believe this particular aspect of the Christmas festivity is very important. We cannot allow it to die. We have to keep it alive. Even those who don't know its value, we have to teach them to know that no, it's not just giving somebody new clothes, or maybe you have a certain clothes you cannot wear again and stay in good shape. You want to give it to your cousins, your nephews, your niece. It's about the role it plays generally in the lives of children and also in the moral upbringing of a society. So I believe those parts of the celebration should be alive and never quench as it stands.
But what role does it play? You talk about a role in the moral upbringing. I'm curious.
Yeah. So you see, while I was growing up, and especially when it's getting to the Christmas Eve, your parents constantly remind you, especially when you are asked to do certain things and you are refusing, or maybe you are feeling lazy to do it, or there's something that the family is doing, and instead of you joining them to do it, maybe you want to go out and play football of this instead. They keep reminding you, don't forget, so Christmas is coming. If you're not taking part, if you're not doing what you are supposed to do and all that, we are definitely going to count your celebration this Christmas.
Mm.
Your uncle will not buy you this. And children are driven by this, and immediately you start hearing whatsoever laziness is trying to keep you away from doing those things. You leave
Yeah.
them behind, and you start picking up being a good child. And I believe this role that we play, not just about the blessings that come with it, in our moral life, this gift during Christmas, they play a crucial role.
Right. And what's the role of music in all of this? What role does music play during the Christmas season in Ghana? Hello.
Uh, I would say Ghana as a nation, we are deep rooted in music, and we cannot do without music. Uh, we cannot do without music because music is our life. So let me talk about the kind of music that was there in the past. So first, I talk about the some high life Christmas tunes from legends such as Nana and Pedu and AB still. Some of their songs like Santa Claus is coming to town. All these musics, immediately you start hearing this kind of music from radios all around. It gives you feel it in your bones that yes, Christmas is here. So I believe without this music, um, the feeling during Christmas wouldn't be there. Uh-huh. In the high lifestyle, maybe now it's a mix of those timeless classics, new upbeat gospels, and contemporary high life Christmas songs. You hear them from everywhere in sales shops, churches, homes, and the moment you hear these things, they instantly trigger the Christmas feeling and get everyone in a festive dancing mood. Hearing these tunes, they put you in some kind of mood. Christmas is coming. I have to do this. I have to do this. Prepare, and it's all good. So without music, this particular music, our Christmas would be so boring.
Mm. Sorry, did I hear you mention that there's a song like Santa Claus is coming?
Yeah, Santa Claus is coming to town.
Mm. It's a Ghanaian
I
song.
think you should play it to the audience.
Yes, so that's why I'm trying to get it so that I can play. You said it's by who?
Um, I mentioned Nana Ampedu and AB Crystal.
Okay, and that is so one of them actually composed that, right?
Yes, I do not know who actually, but I love that song.
Okay, all
Santa
right.
Claus is coming to town.
Can you sing a portion of that?
Well, I'm not really good in that singing aspect.
All right, that's fine.
I
That's
wish
fine.
your team took out the song for you.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, okay. So tell us how has social media also changed the way we experience or even display Christmas today?
Well, see, those days, um, Christmas, uh, well, we don't have the social media and others those days, so you may not really know how others are also going about it. But I believe now with social media, even though you are in Ghana, you are able to see, okay, so this is how people celebrate Christmas in the US. This is how people celebrate Christmas in Nigeria. And, we are human beings. We start to compare ourselves and also make improvements. How best can we also do ours? Uh-huh. So if you can see, I travel on the Accra road. and then inside the airport side, and I saw the decorations made over there in the night. It's so beautiful. Those things were not there before, or even if they were there, they were not so much vibrant like that. But I'm sure because of the awareness created by social media, and things are getting better and better, improving. It's not a competition anyway, but I believe social media is playing a crucial role in this Christmas. Even though you may not be preparing anything, but immediately you see somebody doing something, saying something about this Christmas on social media, it also triggers your festive spirit that something is happening, then we all move with that.
Right. Okay. Let's turn our attention to I mean some of the changes that we are seeing. All right. But just before that, let me announce the phone lines once again. Exactly 20 minutes at 20 minutes to the top of the hour, and this is the business breakfast on Z 101.9 FM with me, Nietzsche Hammond. And this morning we're talking about how we celebrate, connect, and create memories when we're celebrating, or I mean when we are observing Christmas here in Ghana. And it's a very important conversation as we try to get into. I know a lot of us are already in a Christmas mood, but as we try to get into it a bit more, we're looking at this conversation to as it to where maybe I mean give you a sense of what exactly to expect if you haven't experienced Christmas in Ghana before. But you can also join the conversation. Feel free to send us a WhatsApp on 0544321019, 0544321019, and we'll read your messages for you. Also, if you're on Facebook or on YouTube, you can actually drop a comment on any of our posts. We're streaming live at ZFMGH on Facebook and also Z Multimedia on YouTube. You can visit these platforms, drop a comments there, and I'll read them for you. You can also call me on 03039566641, 03039566641, and then I read your message for you as well. So that's that. Okay, let's continue the conversation. So generally, I want to know, has the way we celebrate Christmas changed over the years? If yes, how?
Yes, notably yes, and it was more localized and homemade in those days. Decorations were simple: paper chains, balloons, and maybe a single string of lights if you were lucky. So I would say if you were lucky, you today is more commercialized and influenced by global trends, elaborate light displays, artificial trees, and gift giving has become more prominent. Also with social media, there's performative aspect now, like festivities all added to the Christmas concert, all that. But the core family, church, and food remain stubbornly unchanged. Those things can never change. And I've been saying it, if you change, Christmas will not be Christmas as it used to be in Ghana. The wrapping is fresh, flashier, but the gift inside is still the same. So I would say, yes, there have been changes from the way we used to make decorations and other things so simple compared to now. It is more flashier with more light and other things, or more commercialized and influenced by global trends. But it's just the packaging that I would say it has changed.
Mm.
But what actually we experience in during Christmas, it remained intact. So the packaging has changed, but the gift inside has not changed.
I see. But
It's still
so so the decor that you're talking about, you're saying that we used to see them quite simple, but now they feel. I mean, they are quite flashy and all of that. How do you feel about that?
well, it's not bad. It's not bad, but I only wish that it will not be a competition, like we are competing with somebody. So that yes, we can work on trying to improve and make it more vibrant and more beautiful, but it shouldn't be a competition that we saw these people, the trends. I talk about global trends. Maybe these people have done it this year, this is how they've done it, and maybe this year we want to make ours to be more better. No, it's not a competition. It's actually a celebration, a festive season, a shared happiness. So I believe even though changes are coming, it shouldn't take us away from the core objective, which is the spirit of the festive season, Christmas. But it should just be improvement, general improvement, and as the for the core, the family, church, food, all these things will remain unchanged, and I believe that's good for us.
But do you think there's too much pressure to, for lack of better words, quote and unquote, prove anything during? I mean, prove maybe on enjoyment during the Christmas period.
Well, as I said about the commercialized way of celebrating it now, now those days it's not much of a businesses or companies we have around, but now we have more and more of these companies, and I would say they all try to celebrate Christmas, and over the years we have been seeing a lot of changes and all these things. I don't feel like it's much of a pressure anyway, but um, sorry about that noise. I believe that it is not a competition. Maybe those that are in the rural areas feeling, oh, maybe we are not doing enough. I would say you are absolutely doing well. Just keep it up and keep doing it the way you are doing. If you have the opportunity to improve upon it, you can improve. But there's no competition in the air. There shouldn't be any or pressure.
Hello.
It's something we do. The family, the church, the food,
Mm.
everything remains the same. Nothing has changed.
Right.
Sharing of gifts are still the same.
I see. Okay. All right. I want us to also talk about a very important part of the celebration, which is giving. And you talk about the fact that back in the day, a lot of giving takes place. I don't know whether it is still like that. But first of all, what does giving look like in a Ghanaian Christmas setting beyond money?
Well, unlike seeing some tall Christmas tree with some boxes of gifts and the wreath and all that, in the typical Ghanaian way, it's more or less, I cannot leave food out of it. Cooking, people in compound houses, pulling their resources together, prepare mega meals, everyone to have their fill. It's also a gift because it's not everybody who may be having cooking and inviting your neighbors to come and join. Even those who are alone, they all are invited to join with other families to celebrate these things together. It's also part of the giving. Then we can also talk about um, giving out of these gift boxes, sweets, and they all play a crucial role. Not necessarily about money. Sometimes you open these things, you see for the children these cartoons, animated characters. It's all nice. Yeah, I remember once I received a Christmas box from my uncle, and it was filled with these nice storybooks, all these things, and I believe they give us the best of the best. Receiving those things actually boosts the celebration,
Mm.
and I believe compared to now, yes, we are, as I said, the global trends. Now social media and the awareness is there. People are seeing the way the I celebrate and all that, and they are trying to imitate into their way of celebrating. But I believe the way we used to do it, the food, cooking and sharing, gathering at one place, drinking soft drinks, music, dancing together, sharing clothes with people, buying things for somebody, it's all nice and beautiful.
Mm. Right. These days, too. I mean, just before we continue on the giving thing. These days, I'm seeing that a lot of families actually do photo shoots in their Christmas pajamas and things like that. Have you noticed that?
Photo shoot, yeah. So it's not something, as I said earlier, Christmas season is reserved mostly for families to and be together, share the memories together. But the
Mm.
photo shooting, those days we have photographers, they come and they take us pictures, when especially during Christmas. Uh-huh. We don't have photo shoots by then, but we have photographers that come and take these pictures. So when
Mm.
we look at some of our pictures, you see that the whole family is together in such a particular picture, and it all proves that the photo shoot we are taking today is not something that's happening now. Just that there's improvement. But
Mm.
what we used to have was just a photographer coming, taking picture of the whole family in the festive mode. You can see people with drinks and other things. It's all beautiful.
Right. We used to call them photo.
Yeah.
Right. These days, if you call the photographers photo, they can even stone you. But anyway, so
Ah, it's true.
all right. Anyway, let's continue. So, in this particular season, how can individuals, maybe there's somebody listening to us, they are curious as to how they can intentionally include the less privileged during this Christmas. How can they do that?
Well, to talk about that, I would say,
Hello, hello, Raphael. Okay, I think we lost Raphael there. Yes, we try and reconnect him so that we can continue the conversation. So, but it's been a great conversation so far. I think we've it's being. I mean, it's taking us down memory lane, trying to get us to remember some of the things we used to do and some of the things that have changed over the period. But I really want to hear from you. Please feel free to send me a WhatsApp on our WhatsApp line 0544321019, 0544321019, or you can call us on 0303956641, 0303956641, and then we can give you the opportunity to share your thoughts with us this morning. We're streaming live on Facebook at ZFMGH and also on YouTube at Z Multimedia. Please drop a comment on any of our live streams and we will read them for you. So tell us how you are celebrating the Christmas or how you plan to actually celebrate it. Well, in my community, it's looking very beautiful, especially on one of the churches or the streets in the community. It's looking very beautiful. I see like a lot of lighting and everything, stage. They are preparing stages. I don't know whether it's a concert that they're about to do, but like it's getting heated, in the community. I don't know about your community. Feel free to share with us and let's also hear from you as to how things are turning out there. But whilst we try to get Raphael back on the line, let's enjoy Official Part by Nanampedu. Please stay tuned. All right, that's Official Part by Nanampedu, and bring us exactly 55 minutes up to 9, and we try to wrap up now. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Raphael back on the line to wrap up the conversation with us this morning, but I hope that you've gotten some value. You've taken you down memory lane, trying to get an understanding of exactly what Christmas used to be and what it is now, what has changed and what hasn't. But I hope that you really enjoy this Christmas season. And so please keep listening to Z101.9 FM. This is how we wrap up on the Business Breakfast on Z. We're back again tomorrow for more interesting conversations. My name is Nature B. Hammond. Please keep listening to us. And when you think Ghana, think Z. I'll see you tomorrow. Up next is The Brighter Side with Jeremy Okorie Amwako.